It kind of got away from us a bit there, and kind of in the second. But the fans mean a lot to us. They've been here all year long, through the good days and the bad days, and we appreciate them very much. Well, I thought the first half of the year, I thought we were pretty good at home. We brought good energy to the games. The fans certainly helped bring energy to some of those home stands that we had. And for some reason early in the year, we kind of had it going on at home a bit, and it kind of got a little stagnant. We got our play got a little stagnant at home towards the second half of the season. Why, I'm not exactly sure, but definitely first half of the year I thought we were pretty good, and the fans helped a lot with that.
Thanks, Dan.
Definitely, you have thoughts that go through your head, like if it is your last home game or not. But that stuff will take care of itself in the summer. There's really not a whole lot to worry about right now.
What has it meant?
Yeah, it's been obviously a dream come true to play here. Growing up, idolizing this team and playing here. I come to the rink every day, knowing that I'm pretty lucky to be able to play not only in the NHL but for my hometown team as well. So it's been special for me.
Thanks.
Yeah, I tried to go out there and enjoy the game today. Like I said, I wish the outcome would have been a little bit different. I thought we were a little bit flat there the second half of the game. Certainly had some chances in the second, but they capitalized on theirs, and we didn't capitalize on ours. So that was kind of the turning point in the game there. And then they outplayed us a bit in the third period there. But just try to enjoy coming to the rink every day, and every time I get to step out on that ice, and especially how having the surgery 2 years ago, and just trying to keep my head on straight and work hard every day. I don't know if I can pinpoint any one thing. I think for the most part, when we've been good, we've played with a lot of energy, and we defended with 5 guys where everybody's in the right spot, and in the D zone we're taking away the middle of the ice, and blocking point shots, blocking the scoring zone there in front of the crease, and that kind of thing. And sometimes when we're not our best, we just kind of get away from that. We get a little bit loose. There's too many seams in the D zone and whatnot. So it's just about playing tight defensively, I think, as a group. And once you do that, you frustrate teams, and then you try to turn the puck back and transition fast the other way.
I've spoke on it quite a bit, and it's the atmosphere has been great. The fans have been great. The first part of the year we had a real good record here at home. It showed what an electric building this is. I mentioned that with Chris Illich, actually, what a job they did in designing this building, because it's loud. Our fans have always been extremely passionate, and you see that in a loud building like this. So it was a big part of that first half of the season success. I thought the fans doing as good a job as they've done. I think ultimately. You want to be great at home. You want it to be an intimidating environment, and certainly as the team continues to build, if you can create that intimidating environment, it's a huge part. You want opponents dreading coming in here, and hopefully you can see that with this type of building that you can have that. Well, ultimately in the rules, if they deem that basically, for lack of a better explanation, if they're in the act of shooting the puck in the net, even if the whistle goes prior to that, then it's a goal. So that's what they felt. Let's start, the beginning. He's grown from day one. I thought he went through some stretches where he did a real good job, and then it got, there was a stretch there where probably lost a little bit of confidence, and I think he's played real good here lately. I think Michael wants to be a great player. I think he wants to be a winner. I think he wants to do it right. I think he's quietly highly competitive. So I think part of becoming it's almost like a defenseman when you're trying to become a defensive center. And as I've said lots, those guys generally you see their progress later on. It's hard when you're super young, and that just comes from experience, kind of seeing a whole bunch of situations and being able to react. It's easy when it's exactly how we draw it in situations, but there's chaos out there, and I think when you're expected to be a defensive player, you have to. It takes time and experience, and so I just think he's going to continue to grow with that experience. I'd start. Obviously Dan was a big free agent signing when he signed out of Western Michigan, and it was a big impact on this program for a long time. Made himself a top 4 defenseman in this league. Was an elite defender in his best days. I think over the last couple of years he's been a great pro. He's had to fight through lots of adversity. He doesn't, obviously had the major surgery, and there's been a lasting effects from that, but he's continued to train. Like when you have that, to see the work that those guys have to put through just in their consistency and their approach in order to get themselves ready for games, I think it's a great lesson for young players, and he's provided that.
Thanks.
Yep.
Lean St. James?
Yeah, I think we did this in Florida, and I actually think we did this at the beginning part of today. You have to make sure that your group's ready to go and play as good a hockey as you can. You want to stay in the game as long as you can, and that's what we did against Tampa, and then you find your way to a win. In Florida in the first, I thought our first was really good until the very end of that period. We certainly had chances to make it 3-3, maybe even 4-3 today. You're just trying to get your guys to play as good as they can in those situations. You're trying to put guys in positions to be successful. Ultimately, we didn't have a lot of power plays today, but we were trying to put, even like call-ups of Rose and Barber, they're good power play guys in the American League, see if we can put them in successful positions. So, I think our guys have tried to do a good job of being above people. We haven't had the puck enough. That's for sure. Part of that is just when you're undermanned a little bit, that's what happens. And so we've got to have things go our way. We got to defend great. We got to get great goaltending, and then we got to be super opportunistic. And unfortunately today we weren't as opportunistic as we have been at different times. I think you always want to be. We have an understanding. We being the coaching staff, our players, I think we have an understanding. You got to be great defensively in order to be a real good team. It didn't pan out the way we had expected early in the season, or the way we thought it potentially could, for differing reasons. But that's part of that too. Is as I've said, we've had some people in positions that it takes time, and there's growth involved in being a good defensive player. I think it's easier for real talented players to be good offensively early than defensively. That's just the reality of it. And so as we've kind of went through the season, unfortunately we lost some guys that were what I would say were reliable kind of defensive players, and so then you're kind of learning on the fly, and sometimes learning on the fly as you play teams like we played today can be difficult defensively, because you can't make a mistake at that point.